Hello, everyone. Welcome to our the short-lived turn of our MCU Lovin' Monday, Marvel Mondays. I guess. We're talking Marvel stuff again on Monday, and this time it is She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, episodes 3 and 4. It was called The People versus Emil Blonsky and Something About Magic. Is this not real magic? Yeah. So, what do you guys any initial thoughts you want to share on this? This show is sillier than I was expecting it to be. I knew it was supposed to be funny.
It is definitely a sitcom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I mean, I like that they didn't just make it a funny show, that it's an actual Marvel-based sitcom.
Right.
And also, I would like the rest of the sitcom worlds to take into account that you can have a sitcom that still has like a real story to it, but still told within the sitcom frame. Like I thought that's really cool.
Right.
'Cause most sitcoms like jump the shark on whether or not any of this would actually happen real early in their run. And granted, she's a Hulk, but
Yeah.
other than that, like everything is fits within the universe while still being a sitcom version of it.
It has a lot of internal logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. I think my least favorite thing about the show, especially episodes 3 and 4,
Yeah.
was that She-Hulk kept trolling us on how much we liked Wong.
Right.
Like when she kept saying like, "Oh, Wong's back. You guys are gonna love that," and I was like, "There's nothing wrong with me liking Wong. Like,
It's very
it's not like I like Wong more than I like you. It's just every time
It's
I see
very
him, I
passive
get
aggressive
happy."
of her.
Yeah. Like this isn't a political statement on my part. The guy's just cool. I can't help that.
Just because I like Wong doesn't mean that I dislike female leads.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's fun ways hanging out with women too. Women, men.
Mhm.
It's just always good times.
Like I would hang out with lots of women as long as Wong was there.
hmm
That's not like a real dislike. It's more just the show calling me out and being like, I am a Wong fan. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah. The breaking the fourth wall stuff and talking right into the camera and talking straight to the audience. It in the sitcom format, it doesn't feel super new and refreshing like the way it would in a comic book. So I feel like there's plenty of other sitcoms where people are talking straight at the camera, so it isn't. It's not like, oh, hey, look, they're doing something different. But it is something different as far as being an MCU.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't really have a ton more to say other than that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed both episodes.
Mm.
I I do think that the show is sort of going with the every other thing in terms of stirring up controversy
Mm.
because uh, episode 1 was far more controversial than episode 2, I think.
Right.
And I believe that the same thing happened with 3 and 4. Because 3, I had told you guys last week to watch and keep in mind in episode 3, there's going to be something that makes people lose their goddamn mind, and it's probably not going to be the part that you think it is.
Right.
I've got my vote if I can.
Okay.
I think just by the laws of how stupid the internet is, not because I find anything wrong with it, but how stupid the internet is, I'm gonna have to say that it's the twerking at the end of the episode, just because
David?
that's the dumbest thing I can think of to be mad about.
Mhm.
It is definitely the thing that I've seen people talk about the most. If it's not
Okay.
that,
Yeah.
say something else. Oh, okay. What is that? It?
That. Yeah.
Oh,
No. That is the thing that people are talking the most and talking the loudest
yeah.
about. Like that's got like mainstream. Well, mainstream
Right.
right media outlets commenting on it, and it's just like it's just for one thing, if you were a comic fan, that should not be the most goddamn upsetting episode. That should be the fact that the Wrecking Crew look like total chumps. And granted, the Wrecking Crew exists to be chumps that get beat up,
uh,
but they at least normally seem like threatening chumps.
yeah.
So that was the thing that I thought was going to make people very angry, with a small side of the part where She-Hulk actually takes almost verbatim the complaints that people were making on the internet when the show was announced
Yeah.
and giving it right back to them. And people are going to be like, hey, you can't make this angry straw man out of the things that we're saying. And it's like, no, you guys literally said that.
Yeah.
And there were people that were angry about that for
Uh,
some reason. Uh, Probably just because, the whole Ouroboros of the snake eating its tail, and the internet is just that stupid. But by far, it was it was the twerking.
yeah.
It was Megan Thee Stallion at the end of the episode. People saw She-Hulk shaking her butt, and they
Yeah.
lost their goddamned mind.
But I
I'm
mean,
just I'm glad that I can
Yeah.
finally get She-Hulk shaking her butt on like a mainstream outlet instead of just the crappy CGI that I've had to look with the rest of my life. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I was
I'm
thinking, like,
sorry.
has there ever been a time when a white woman has twerked and people have like applauded that? It's always looked at negatively, right?
Uh, w- Generally speaking, I think that it's kind of seen as more of a joke
Yeah.
than a reason for society to collectively lose their mind.
Yeah.
Like, this is probably closer to Miley Cyrus shaking her butt than, say, Taylor Swift in terms of controversy scale. But it feels like because it's in the sort of comics internet little bubble,
Right.
like the shaking up of everything, it just feels so much worse because it's just an echo chamber of angry crying men.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so hard to try to find just a YouTube video recapping an episode of She-Hulk that does not start off with how terrible the show is.
Hmm.
I mean,
have to deal
like
with the internet one of these days. So,
it's the thing is like, I like the show. I'm not trying to like crap on it or anything, but any show, um, any art piece has stuff that like you can critique or say that you didn't care for that piece of it, and like how loud people are online. It just feels like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, there's certain things in it that it's like, yeah, this is a critique, but you guys are going way too far. Like
I
I was watching the preview of the last episode, and I finally like nailed in my head, I think, why the CGI for She-Hulk looks bad compared to He-Hulk. Um, and it's because they give him the stubble, so it adds a
Mhm.
little bit of texture to his face that it
uh,
wouldn't otherwise be there, so that she looks a little bit too smooth, but his is covered up, so it's not like it's really bad. It's just
that that honestly, I feel like is also similar to a lot of things that happen with comic art. Like generally speaking, if you look at beautiful women that are drawn in comics, their faces tend to have a lot less features
mhm.
than what whatever artist is drawing is giving to their male counterparts,
right.
because their faces are allowed to have more personality, whereas women need to just be beautiful. And because She-Hulk is supposed to be like a wish fulfillment kind of character,
Right.
where she is supposed to be beautiful, they wanted to do more smoothing out than anything else of her face, and that's one of the reasons why Hulk reads more real to us, is
Mm,
he's allowed to have humanish features.
right.
She-Hulk kind of isn't. Like even the TikTok She-Hulk filter, you have more details on your face
Right.
than She-Hulk does. And if you guys haven't tried that, by the way, it does a wonderful job with contour.
Nice.
Like just on the comic book art thing, like I always take that with I take it all with a grain of salt, just because like I do draw a lot of comic book art style things,
Right.
and like I've tried taking the like I spent the time trying to take the complaints that people had about comic book art.
Speaking
And
of complaints, by the way, I do need to add our special guest tonight, Johnny Sparkles.
Hey!
On time and ready to go.
Yeah.
It's 6:30 somewhere.
Yeah. That's what I always.
Actually, I'm not sure if you know how time works, Chad.
That's not your
Definitely not 6:30.
Yeah, Rory is telling us something.
Oh.
I get distracted.
Sorry.
Trying to interpolate the critiques into his art.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I tried drawing the way a lot of those critiques go, and there is valid reasons for a lot of it. Like it's hard to reproduce all of the details over and over and over again, and it like a lot of the male characters that have like all of those craggy features and stuff. The way they do that is with a lot of solid black that makes them look a lot older than they actually are, which can translate well for a male character, but doesn't translate the same way for a female character. But I definitely think those things aside, there's a lot of like valid criticism about how females are drawn in comic book art, and I don't want to take anything away from that. But I will say that I do feel like I could see I would like to see a little bit more of the actress in the She-Hulk animation, the way we got it with what's his face, the guy who plays Hulk. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
I would like them to look a little bit more similar the way they did. But that like I say, that's a valid critique, but it doesn't make the show bad. Like it's just a little one.
Yeah.
That is a good critique to have, and you are completely drowned out by people saying, "How much did they spend on this show? $10? This is the worst CGI I've ever seen in my life."
I can't fight the entire echo chamber. I'm just
Yeah.
I like the
It's
show.
a good critique. It's a good critique. I wish that more people had even-handed critiques like you, and less people were being hyperbolic for hate-click money.
Wait, we could get money for hating on this show?
You can get money for hating on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's where all the money and the clicks are.
I'm gonna quit my job tomorrow and hate everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll never have been happier in my life than when I was hating stuff for money.
What about you, Sparkles? You hate the show? You like it? What's going on?
I've only seen segments of 3 and 4. I did think the CGI was horrible. Sorry. But I wasn't. But I'm I'm at the age where like nothing gets me mad anymore. So it's like I can't relate to people losing their shit over anything like pop culture. It's just unless it's like overtly offensive or something like transphobia, shit like that. But yeah, just I
don't watch episode 5.
Like the old Chad's old comedy bits. Like I didn't like the way Natalie Portman's nipples looked in that shirt. Would not do. So nobody was putting that on the table for you.
Yeah.
Wait, is there a table with Natalie Portman's nipples? Because
I would like to be seated at that table.
I'm going to take all my hate click money and get a reservation.
A nerd has probably built a table with her specs like as the base of the table.
Now I don't want to sit there anymore, and it feels weird.
Yeah. Definitely don't want to touch it, whatever you do.
Like I think too, like I was talking about it with Tiffany, like if I was trying to come up with things to dislike about this show, like if I was getting hate click money, I guess in episode 3, I could say that all of the male characters were portrayed as dumb in some way. But it is a sitcom comedy genre, so that's how all characters are being portrayed in sitcoms. It's all about foibles and stupidity. So like, it's not out of the ordinary for all of the characters to be portrayed as dumb in some way, and it's not like She-Hulk was solving everything by being a super genius. Like, so I don't. It's really hard to be like, how can I critique this? Like, how can I figure out how people are this mad without just being like, oh, it's because it's a strong female. That's why they hate it.
Right,
Like,
Yeah, no, strong
hard to get
female
past
existing
that. Yeah.
equals to hate men.
yeah. I guess
dumb men. What's up?
I was going to say the only other thing that I think is an actual valid critique is when they were talking, or the subplot of and I forget if it's 3 or 4 now, with
The most oblivious man in the world.
no, it was when Jennifer Walters couldn't get a date, but She-Hulk could.
Right.
And then when she transformed back into Jennifer Walters, and the guy was like, "Peace out, I'm done."
Right.
Oh, that was episode 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Like in that one, I was just like, if I was in that situation, I'd be like, "Oh, like double score." Like,
yeah, it's like having sex with 2 ladies.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
They're both attractive. Like, and that's like me at my most shallow, just being like, "Oh, this is both a win." And the reason why I say it's a valid critique is I don't think that in media in general it is healthy to portray normal and good-looking people as though they are ugly, because I feel like that is part of the making everybody feel like they're uglier all the time. I don't think that's what the show was trying to do, but that would be like if I was looking for a thing to critique and dislike about it.
I've had this great idea, this hot take for the last. It started when a certain president was being criticized, and then it was like people started criticizing shit that had nothing to do with the presidency. And I'm like, how about we just don't talk about appearance at all? Or like we just like not fucking. We just stop with the appearance. Like, oh, I don't like him, and his face is stupid. Like, it's okay if you don't like somebody, but you don't have to punch down like on top. Like I shit on you, and I punch down. Like,
what?
I think he was just barfing stupid, just like how he doesn't like hearing on the internet. Were you just making noises, Johnny? Because that's kind of what it sounded like.
Oh.
No, I was saying. I don't know what part I started sounding like. Well, I mean, I said a lot of stuff, so I don't know what time. What I don't know what part I started fading out, but I'm basically saying, like you already took a shit on something, and then you punched down into the pile of shit that was just sitting there.
Yeah, that's about where it started going weird.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, maybe don't make fun of people for being weird, Chad. I mean, it's the problem, bro.
Yeah, you gotta stop making fun of people. You gotta find other ways to be funny without.
No. I refuse. I'll never apologize.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people now.
I apologize for absolutely nothing. Have you guys already discussed how you can't escape wrestling because there was a former WWE star on episode 4?
No,
No.
I don't know who that was. Who was that?
No,
It
I
was
did
the
not point out David Otunga to them.
yeah, it was the aforementioned dater, the from the Matcher app.
Oh, the guy was
Yeah, the actually Jennifer Hudson's ex-husband as well.
wow,
And a
Wow.
Harvard-educated attorney.
Yeah,
really?
Not a doctor.
No. The very first guy, the one that was flexing on the
Oh, okay,
date,
okay.
not the
and I
doctor.
don't know. I was watching like a
Oh.
Nerdist. I was watching a Nerdist breakdown, and they pointed out that I don't know if this is like well known, but like the majority of the people on the dating app were people that work for Marvel or worked on the show behind the scenes.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, so it's
Cut
pretty
down on
cool.
casting extras. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right?
Way to cheap out, Disney.
Um, I agree with you, Chad. On I feel like the Wrecking Crew got kind of thrown under a bus.
So it was the Wrecking Crew. Those were those dudes that showed up with the
With the
Asgardian
Asgardian power tools.
tools. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with
Now, here-
W's on their shirts,
Mhm.
so you knew it was them.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. I fully expected everyone to be very upset about that. Uh, there were like a handful of people I saw online complaining about it, but that's it. Uh, Now, it's entirely possible that they're going to fix that later and actually give all of the tools to like more intimidating looking guys,
Right.
or
Yeah.
make these guys more intimidating looking. I finally, after episode 4 has been out for almost a whole week, I finally saw today someone point out, hey, they made one of the Wrecking Crew, Thunderball, white. And
Oh.
it's like, yes, this is a valid complaint. This is a valid complaint
Yeah.
that got completely buried by everyone being like, She-Hulk shaking her ass.
Well, I think when the She-Hulk twerking thing is something anybody can see. You start talking about the Wrecking Crew. That's only some people know about that.
Mhm.
So that's part of it.
One thing that I really liked about the show is
Yeah.
that I really like that She-Hulk is currently wearing like a big and tall suit
Yeah.
because she can't find things her size. I think that's a really nice touch for any show to just be like, yeah, if you're not getting bespoke suits, it's hard to find a woman's suit in that size or
Right.
a good-looking man's suit in that size.
Yeah. I think they mentioned at the end of one of the episodes that she's 6'8", that's big, but that's not like Hulk big. That's still big enough where maybe you can find clothes in that size.
Yeah.
So they have to be specially made.
But I just really like, especially because like I had just watched the Vikings versus Green Bay game right before I watched the Hulk, and like the suit that
That's
she
just a
was
big
wearing,
rifle, right?
yeah, and Vikings won, so football is over for me for the rest of the season.
Oh, it's good. You can get that done early.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Oh,
Um,
the way the Green Bay was playing yesterday, you guys look like you're probably going to win the whole division.
yeah, and that's why I'm stopping now, because in my head canon, that was it. That was the Super Bowl. But anyway, just watching the former NFL guys in their suits when they're talking about things, I'm like, She-Hulk is wearing that. It's the same suits. That's great.
There was an episode of America's Got Talent that was on in the background at a party I was at a couple of weeks ago. No one was really paying attention to it because, well, America's Got Talent.
Right.
No one cares. And they had the former NFL player men's choir, where they're
That's a
all
thing.
apparently that's a thing that they do. It's not just the Green Bay Packers offensive line in Pitch Perfect too. But yeah, apparently that's a thing, and like it it's all a bunch of like 6'5" dudes in weirdly fitting suits.
That's awesome. But they I don't know, America's Got Talent of all places. It's just interesting.
Also, Simon didn't give them a thumbs up.
I
Did they
just
explain
feel like
the difference
whenever
between American football and English football? He was expecting. Whew. David Beckham. He's the only soccer player in the world.
Nailed it.
What were you saying, Rory?
I was just going to say, every time I see those former football players and those giant guys in their suits, like post career and stuff, it's always like, it looks like one of those, like the mob version of one of those multicultural gangs from 1990s TV.
America's Got Talent is such a weird show because I think I've seen probably like if you combine all the episodes I've watched, I've seen maybe like 3 full seasons out of like 20. But every time I do watch it, I will cry over some performance, like weep. And I know
Someone's
it's
gonna
all
have a great story too.
well, that's what it is, and it's all manipulative, and it's probably predetermined who's going to make the live shows anyway. But I'm always like, like they overcame so much, and I'm serious. I've had some of my biggest cries in life watching America's Got Talent.
I watched
So-
the animated version of that with Kenzo, where it's like a koala running a theater.
Oh, that's right.
And I was like,
Sting?
oh, what? Yeah, that's one.
Uh,
And I was like, oh, this is a good premise for a movie. I wonder why they made a TV show out of this with real people. But I feel like that ruins it.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we're gonna ride out tonight on the Mr. Methane's appearance on Britain's Got Talent. That's the video we're gonna watch.
all right.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys remember Mr. Methane.
We finally had an episode with a kiss in it, and we're still jumping out.
Oh yeah, there's full on fucking implied fucking in this episode.
Hmm.
We're not gonna talk
And a naked abomination.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't know about that.
I don't know. Like I feel like more than the Wrecking Crew, I think I'm a little bit more upset with what they did with Emil Blonsky's character.
Yeah.
For just being like, oh, I'm okay with him being reformed, because like when they were talking about like, you know, he thought he was going to be Captain America and he turned into the Abomination. It's like, that's sad. Like if he got his shit under control, I'd be cool with him being like a former villain turned hero. Like that makes sense. He's got the chops for it. But
Yeah.
then turning him into some sort of weird haiku writing, 8 soul-mated farm and / spa owner, that was like, you guys jumped a weird shark that didn't need to be jumped.
Yeah, and completely oblivious to the fact that he's at his parole hearing where he needs to like try to convince these people that he's like a sane person and not just a wackadoo. Yeah, that's why this show feels like it should be a cartoon. Like if this was animated like Harvey Birdman or the Harley Quinn show or something, but a lot of this stuff.
It does have that vibe for sure.
Or the claymation MODOK show.
Oh, that's fun.
They jumped a she-shark, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's right. It just feels like they're like they couldn't get Ben Kingsley to play Emil Blonsky, so they had Tim Roth do his best impression of. I mean, it's a cool character. It's just I liked what he was in the first one better.
Right.
So
I think Tim Roth is having a career-long existential crisis because years ago he said he was retiring from playing any negative or like violent roles, and he's
Oh.
every other years he does one. So I don't know. It's like money.
Wow.
I need to
If he keeps getting tricked, like they keep sending him scripts where they cut out all the violence.
Yeah.
Here are your lines. Like, wait, what? I got to shoot somebody? It's too
So
late.
maybe that's the problem on certain shows. He's like, which way should I play this? It says punch this guy in the face, but I can sing a song.
Yeah. Right. Hey, you.
Yeah.
Speaking of those 8 soulmates, you guys ever been pen pals with anybody in prison and fallen in love with them? Or know anybody that has?
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Or you were near prison sometime. I don't know if you guys
All
want
of
me
my
with
pen pals just want to be friends. And
Oh.
it's just really hard, you know?
It sucks to become pen pals with a prisoner. They're like, yeah, I'm not attracted to you.
Yeah, the closest I've ever been to being pen pals with anyone is the Pen 15 Club.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I think the closest I came to having any kind of
Nope, that's
physical relationship with a prisoner was when I was working for a durable medical equipment company. A female prisoner leaned on me while she was taking off her prosthetic leg. So,
oh. So you've had physical contact.
yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, we have an Australian viewer in the chat. It's my friend.
Yeah.
My friend Tom. My friend Tom from Australia. Crush Store. We're going worldwide, international, baby.
Yeah. Send chats all you want. Crush Tour. Thanks for watching.
Is it 6:30 there? We're looking for a place where it's still 6:30.
Yeah. Is it 6:30? I know it's 07, but it's 6:30 where you are.
It's 6:30 in my heart.
Yeah, it's 6:30 in the morning. It's tomorrow over there, right? Or was it yesterday?
It's just sad that it's
I think it's
6:30 in
yesterday
Chad's
here.
heart, but happy hour doesn't start until 8.
That's because my heart's
Yeah.
never happy.
Exactly. I did really like that they pulled in the light elf and showed actual crimes that are happening because of the new, like, stupid superpowers.
Yeah.
Or like superpowered misdemeanors. I'm enjoying that more than. Because like I didn't read a lot of She-Hulk Attorney at Law stuff, so I didn't catch any of that from the comics. It's just, but I have always enjoyed superpowered shenanigans on a legal level. So
it's like She-Hulk Small Claims Court, like
Yeah.
She-Hulk Divorce Court. So many spin-off.
Yeah.
Spin-off ideas.
So many different ways to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
She-Hulk by Night Court.
Oh.
Yeah. Better call She.
Night Court was so good.
I was looking for that one, and you got it.
Crush Store's got it too.
Yeah, you're late, Crush Store. You're late. So you might be ahead of us on the clock, but you're behind the chat.
That right there, Crush Door, is why Chad gets his video and you're in the chat.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Otherwise, nobody would get to see how good Chad is.
Mm-hmm. My genius would once again go unseen. It's honestly better unseen. Imagining it is way better.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about the Pen 15 Club again? Or are you talking about...
Yes.
Yeah. That's what Chad calls it. It's his genius.
Mm-hmm. Just like Val Kilmer was real genius. That's my little genius. Was
Oh my
Val
God.
Kilmer the real genius in Real Genius?
I think so, or the little his sidekick kid. I think. I don't know.
How has there not been a rapper
Who was
named
the real
Lil?
genius?
Well, the Jizza is the real genius in my book.
Mhm.
But, I can't believe there's not a rapper called Lil Genius. That's a great rapper name.
Yeah. The steal it.
Or Young Genius?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a young
YU and
Einstein. Speaking of Australia, It's, Yahoo
I
Serious.
yes, Yahoo Serious.
Hmm.
You know what Australians love when we mention like Paul Hogan and Yahoo Serious?
Yeah, boomerangs and
Yeah.
I'm out of things.
Midnight Oil. They're like, yeah, I've heard of Australian Midnight Oil, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I know Australian things.
Neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that I know about Australia. They have a soap opera called Neighbors, and almost all of their stars come from that show.
Rip in peace. That was on episode 3. I'm trying to make sure we get everything. What was the post credits? And that was the twerking. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the twerking. Also, I would like to point out that the character Pug, I really like him. He's a very good side character.
What else was he in recently? I like the actor.
Vigilante in Arrow.
Oh, maybe that's it. So I did watch more Arrow than I ever wanted to admit on the internet.
I didn't watch the whole series, but I watched most of it. I don't think it was worth my time, but I did it anyway.
That was definitely one of those shows that I was just like, I just want something on the TV because I'm going to sit here and do something else. And there's just so many episodes.
Totally get you.
Yeah. So it's like a bad version of like Law and Order, where it's like you can just put it on, and if you don't ever get to the end of it, it's okay. But if you do get to the end of it, you're like, well, I heard a story, so that's cool.
Didn't they try to get that guy to wrestle, Chad?
Stephen Amell?
Yeah, wasn't he like gonna wrestle somebody? Like
he was he wrestled for WWE at SummerSlam one year, and he wrestled Cody Rhodes as what was his name? Stardust.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
and then he also did, I think, two independent shows. One that I don't remember, and the other one was All In. He wrestled. I want to say he wrestled Pac. No, he wrestled Christopher Daniels at All In.
Oh wow. What were you saying about Stardust, David?
I remember Stardust. His whole thing was that he was gold. And
Well, no, he was Goldust. He was Goldust's brother. So.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of Goldust.
Stardust was like silver glitter.
Oh.
Gold
Silver Glitter acted like Frank Gorshin from the old Batman '66 show and had Mr. Sinister's cape.
Oh, nice. I like Mr. Sinister's cape.
That must have been so hard to wrestle. Like,
He took the cape off when he wrestled.
Oh.
But it was part of his entrance gear.
I don't ever want to like wrap my arms around something that's covered in glitter. Like I don't care how hot the stripper is. I don't want to do it. It's just glitter is probably my least favorite thing. I mean, Nazis, but like mostly it's glitter.
Glitter Nazis, awful.
You have to rank Nazis. They're probably near the top.
Yeah, I mean they're like the Twilight version of Nazis. We're really mopey. Just fall around like 16-year-old white girls from Seattle.
Yeah, that's just the worst. What else happens in this episode?
And has the character Morris Walters shown up yet? Because I've only seen snippets of 3 and 4. Do you remember that character?
I don't.
Morris is her
so.
dad, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen him yet, but I was hoping to see him because that's cousin Larry from Perfect Strangers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah, he
And I
was
was
in
like, what?
episode 2.
okay.
And
he's also
he
in
also
4?
shows up at the beginning of episode 4 for one scene.
I actually mentioned that guy on my comedy album, and that was the one thing I said on my album that got 0 response. It was during my food blog thing, and I was like, 99-cent tacos at Jack in the Box are like Mark Lynn Baker or something like that. So
Yeah, Martin Baker.
I think the issue is that no one actually knows his name. Everyone just remembers him as Cousin Larry.
Yeah, I think that was like the one joke too. I was so self-conscious of the 0 response that I was like, it's the guy from Perfect Strangers, Larry, not Balky, the
other guy, not the one you remember, the other one.
Check it out. Check that shit out later and enjoy yourself.
Not the one you remember, the other one.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah.
Nobody quotes that guy. The straight man. Yeah, the straight man. Yeah, everybody remembers the straight man.
Yeah.
The Leftovers on HBO.
I remember it being. I never saw it, but it's supposed to be a good show.
I've heard a lot of good things about it, and because we're like at least David is a fan of mystery box kind of shows. I feel like he would enjoy it.
Yeah,
you're the one that made us watch Lost.
Yeah, it's because Lost is like that was the first one that was like good, and then everything else is like a crappy ripoff that I hate. But yeah,
everything else is a ripoff that you hate.
Yeah, I haven't seen one that I like. But
I get it. So David, you're coming after my hate money.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, I've seen. I don't know, man. I've seen that show Lost, and none of it made sense to me. I mean, I saw like season 2, episode 9.
Oh, you've only watched it for the show, and it's only been a couple of times.
4 episodes. I think I've seen like 3, all on your behalf.
I haven't really watched any of it, but now I'm starting to get it. Crushnader says the Leftovers is where 2% of the Earth disappears and no one knows why. Lost is where they go, right?
Yeah,
so they're like linked series.
I think it's got some of the same writers on there, producers or something.
Or maybe they become the 1100 on USA.
Oh, I'm thinking those. I think those 2 shows are the same thing.
Oh, I have to apologize to Crush Tour. I forgot to say happy 311 at 311.
Oh, it's always 311 somewhere.
Yeah,
I know it's a big holiday. It's a big holiday in Australia. They love 311.
There's one thing you're supposed to do about 311 Sparkles. It's never forget you've forgotten it.
Oh, I know. I blew it. You know, a couple of years ago, talk about things that nobody asked for.
Yeah.
311 did an Offspring cover, and Offspring did a 311 cover.
Oh.
It was like a big
311 song did Offspring do?
Fuck, I forget.
So it makes my question of how many 311 songs can you listen to in a row without saying anything? I think it's 2 or 3.
Without saying anything?
Yeah. Where you're like, hey, what's going on? Why are you playing so many 311 songs?
Well, okay, I used to love 311. They did big shocker. They took a hit. They took the biggest hit down. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Down is a weird song because Down is basically an S.A. Martinez showcase, and Nick Hexum only does the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine like being like, you know, the Beatles and like Ringo gets the #1 hit? Like, you know. The guy that said, oh my God, there's an S.A. Martinez quote that is one of the worst. But anyway, yeah, they did Down. But 311, I used to be in love with 311. I saw them in concert like at least 4 times before I had better taste in music. But their drummer, I stand behind their drummer. Their drummer is every video on YouTube that says this drummer's at the wrong gig should just be a 311 video. Because that guy slaps.
I feel like 311 like only has one song. It's a decent song, but like every single one of their songs is just a version of that song.
Yeah,
kind
but
of.
like Hootie the Blowfish.
Definitely
Like,
their first like 5 or 6 albums were all
they
very.
have 5 or 6 albums.
They have like probably 8 or 9 albums by now, maybe 10. But they started going a little bit more like alt rock, like less reggae, hip hoppy thing.
I apparently stopped paying attention to them.
They have
After, like,
13
their first-
studio albums.
Jesus Christ!
wow. Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna keep bringing. I keep forgetting to tweet this or something. But like, Green Day's released like 6 or 7 full studio albums since American Idiot. And can anyone name one of them?
No, I don't think so.
No. I apparently don't listen to music anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Because Sparkles, you had mentioned on Facebook a few days ago. If you're not following Sparkles on Facebook, do that. Yeah, MXPX's oh crap, which album was it? The
Everlasting Moment.
The Everlasting Moment. Yeah, oh, that's such a great album, and it is. And I still think of it as like their new one, even though it's 20 years old.
I know, it's crazy. Like even people in that thread were like, so somebody mentioned their 2020 album. They're like, somebody was like, they had a 2020 album.
Yeah. Next month.
I know, that's why I stopped doing year-end lists. I'm just like, here's an album that's good that I heard that came out like 7 years ago.
Right. I don't want him to learn anything about this year's music.
Yeah.
I feel like for most people, music just stops coming out sometime in your mid-20s.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, no, I'm good.
You get it.
Okay, I apologize go ahead, Corey.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like I've been ruined by streaming services for music, because now if I hear the same band like 2 songs in a row,
Right.
I'm like, we got to switch this. This is too much. Like, I can't. Like, you just sang to me. You don't need to sing to me again.
Yeah.
What is this? Your job? Like,
What do you have to say about things? Come on.
like
So I
I'm doing
apologize.
dishes right now, not listening to your life story in music.
Oh, do they? I haven't really done a lot of listening of music on streaming services, but do they put the secret tracks on there from like old albums? Where it's like 20 minutes of silence and then like
Yeah.
a shitty sketch.
I really wish they would redo it and just put because it sucks when you're, it really sucks when you're shuffling in, because some of those songs are really good, but you have to, 12 minutes was fucking silent. I apologize, guys. I found the S.A. Martinez quote. It's I mean, he's a horrible writer / rapper, but
Right.
this one really takes the cake. I can't hear you like having phone sex with a deaf girl.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not expect it. Like, I expected it to be like bad, but like that was a different flavor of bad than I was expecting.
I was expecting like bad, like offensive. That's
Right.
bad as like, what?
It doesn't make
It's
sense.
weird, like it's almost offensive, but it doesn't really it's not like making fun of her, but it's like, it's a weird thing to say. It's like, phone sex with this deaf girl. Hey, he's just a funky child with some words on his tongue, all right? Give the guy some slack.
It feels like he tried to be racist, but instead of pulling out like a known stereotype, he made up something really weird.
Yeah. It really just takes you out of it. Now you're just thinking about that and not listening to any more of his rhymes. Just like,
I hate to make fun of him continually, but like, I know. I mean, I know their music very well because I used to be a fan. So it's like, even when I was a fan, I would laugh because it would be like, S.A. Martinez, backing vocals, like bongos, like it would be like DJ and programming and executive producer. It was like you didn't do shit. S.A. Shut the fuck up. You were the executive that ordered the pizza. Like,
Yeah.
thanks for your executive ordering of that pizza tonight, S.A. Appreciate it.
Essay in the band too.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, those people are always around, so it's nice to see them get credit once in a while.
And like I always say, don't feel bad about any band that you like that you may feel bad about. I purchased 2 albums by Crazy Town with real human money.
They made 2 albums?
I love that takeaway. Why did they make 2 albums?
Yeah.
Because one was not enough punishment for this world.
Well, I've
You
made
still
some.
have
I've made
those,
some.
You don't still have the CDs, do you? I guess they did Crush Tour. I think they did. Maybe we'll roll. No, we can't roll it.
I've made some stinker purchases in my day, man. Back when like I was just frivolously buying CDs. Like, sure,
Yeah, they're everywhere. You had to buy a CD.
that cover looks neat.
They made 3 albums. Crazy Town made
Oh.
3 albums.
Whoa!
Wow.
The Gift
Like-
of Game in 1999, Dark Horse in 2002,
Yeah.
and they made a 3rd album in 2015.
Wow.
Is Shifty Shell Shock still with us? I believe that was one of the
I don't
fellows'
know.
names.
Yes.
I just remember both were drug recovering or recovering drug addicts.
Rehab, that's what I remember.
I forgot about Crazy Town for the longest time because selective memory works.
Yeah.
And then
Sometimes
Oh.
the mind just has to protect itself.
yeah. And then I was listening to my streaming service and Pickle Rick by Echo came on and I was like, this is a funny song. But
Yeah.
this is actually also a pretty good rap. I'm going to see what else this guy has done. And the first thing that popped up was a cover of Crazy Town.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, so I guess they didn't even get that album in Australia. According to Crush Tour. Steve Warren told them to turn the boat around. So I got this picture off of Chad's Facebook. Of his Crazy Town Dark Horse tape.
wow.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that I purchased.
At least they didn't do. I mean, I'm gonna guess they didn't because I'm sure it would have been made fun of on the internet. But at least they didn't do like Butterfly 2 or whatever. You know, like,
Yeah.
like even Metallica. It's like, are you doing another fucking Unforgiven? Like, we get it. Like shit.
How many did they do?
I think they did 3, but maybe 4. But like,
Man, I hope they
The
did
second one
4
was-
and it was unforgiven.
I,
The number in the middle.
I think I tweeted that one time. So let's see.
That explains why I like so many of your jokes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great
Maybe.
lines. LA.
yes.
I just want to point out that Crush Tour was that close to making that joke before Chad got there.
Well, apparently he wasn't even close to Johnny Sparkles making that joke.
Yeah. He predicted that years ago on his Twitter.
hmm
So episode 4, we do have magicians going around.
Yes, Donnie Blaze, which feels
Yes.
like it's an Easter egg, except that Ghost Rider's name is Johnny Blaze.
Oh, that's Ghost. See, I don't know Johnny Blaze if that's Ghost Rider or the Human Torch.
That's
or
Johnny
the guy
Storm.
from Mortal Kombat. Or that
That's Johnny
t-shirt
Cage.
brand from like the late 90s.
No, but
Maybe it's
I only-
skateboarding. I don't know.
I only know this because I saw a Nerdist breakdown, but apparently it's 2 characters. It's Johnny Blaze, and then the Donnie is somebody too. Do you guys know a Donnie, famous Donnie from Marvel?
I
That's what
can't think
heard.
of one.
Let me see. Yeah, I was just watching this.
Although that courtroom scene was, I did find that to be really stupidly funny. Like, I wanted almost like an Office like step away for just the judge trying to explain what they were seeing. Um, when all of the magicians where even the lawyer was a magician, like that was just like this. This has hit a level of dumb that like I couldn't get to, and now I'm appreciating it more.
I would
Yeah.
actually kind of like a spin-off about the magician lawyer, like a
Yeah,
magic law series.
You guys remember these Johnny Blaze T-shirts? That's just
No.
me.
No,
No. Okay. Maybe
I
that's
don't
just-
I don't remember it at all. It does look like a very certain era though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely something that people were wearing in my high school. Yeah,
Does anybody
Unrelated.
know?
With Jinkos?
probably. Yeah.
Chad, I'm going to ask you to wait 1 minute before answering, just in case you do know, because you probably
Okay.
you're the one who would know the most. Do you guys know which rapper used Johnny Blaze as an alias?
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. He was in a famous clan, not the ones that wear white hats.
Clan with a C.
Right.
Yes.
They're one of the good clans.
Yeah.
Puff Daddy.
His name is John. John. I don't know.
His name is not. I don't think his real name is Johnny either, which makes it very confusing. I
What's
believe
the one
his
that like
name-
Weed out of all the guys in Wu-Tang?
Yes, it's him.
He's the one that smokes weed.
He's
That guy.
done movies with the weed. He's done movies. He's done multiple movies about weed.
Yeah.
Oh, David, you're right there.
Yeah, I know, right? It's got.
Red- There's Redman and
Yeah. It's the one. It's one
Redman.
of the mans, right?
Yes, he is the man.
If there was
He's
only
dead.
some sort of method for
Hey,
getting those guys slimmed down.
So
There
I was
it
watching
is.
the Winter X Games one year, like maybe 5 years ago, and Method Man was the special musical guest that they had rapping in the middle of the half pipe, the snowboard half pipe, just surrounded by white people in big gold coats. It was very strange. Maybe we'll fun on that.
That
David,
actually
was there a
sounds
lot-
really fun to watch.
Yeah,
David, how many white guys were doing this behind him?
a lot.
That was like the signature, like I like rap.
Yeah,
That
And you
move
know-
right there gets you an executive producer credit.
Mhm.
I think a 311 might let me in, guys.
yeah.
I'm pretty hip. They have a cruise now, 311.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There he is at the Winter X Games in Aspen.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I think Doug Benson goes on the 311 cruise every year. He does this podcast from there.
Yeah, I know I've heard of it.
Because he often has on his weed podcast, Getting Doug with High, he has
Yeah.
Peanut, the guitarist, Peanut, P-Nut. He's 53 years old. Still uses that name.
That's awesome.
It's a
Peanut.
hyphen.
Yeah, it's a stick.
Yeah,
You know,
Jumping back to the show,
Yeah.
real quick.
Can we do one last weird musical tangent for no
Oh,
reason?
sure.
Sure.
Apparently, on Crazy Town's 2015 album, they had a song called Megatron that was used as the theme for Impact Wrestling in 2015.
Wow.
Wow.
So they're still making a little money here and there.
Yeah. Still relevant, culturally relevant.
All right, I'm all done talking
7
about
years
them
ago.
now.
May it be another 30 years before they come up again. Now, just on the so when we started watching these, and I fell behind all the Marvel TV shows, and I just got to see Thor, and right before I watched these two,
Yeah.
and I was feeling kind of down on myself for like losing some nerd cred on the internet when I had to say no spoilers. And then they showed Wong trying to catch up on The Sopranos, and I was like, I'm in good company because Wong can't clear out that queue any better than I can. So and he can literally stop time to just watch TV. But I appreciated that we got to see how far back Wong was on his TV.
Yeah.
And the best thing about it is because the character Madison kept spoiling Sopranos stuff for Wong, there are people online that are upset about the Sopranos spoilers in She-Hulk.
Right.
The Nerdist guy was like, that's them making fun of the spoiler of Sopranos ruined the Sopranos for me because I was watching Sopranos the first time.
I'm getting spoiled right now. You guys telling me about it.
Yeah.
There's a spoiler.
Well, I don't want to spoil this for you, David, but AJ Soprano was probably a big fan of Crazy Town.
I never finished the first season of Sopranos, honestly. Like, I still own it. I bought it on DVD.
The whole series or just the first season?
Just the first season.
Okay.
I would have bought more, but I never finished the first one. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll get some more later.
Yeah. That was a good idea.
I do kind of want just a series of shorts of just Wong and Madison hanging out and being new best friends. Because I feel like Wong always gets Doctor Strange, and that's like a shitty friendship. But I want him to have a shitty friendship where he's the smart one.
At the very least, there should be a dream montage where it's just him, imagining being in that world and just them frolicking around while Walking on Sunshine plays or something.
Yeah, she's puking in the bushes and so.
I do love that just anytime there's a noble character though, there's like a very noble looking man that's like, fuck, spoilers, anytime a character that shouldn't care about dumb shit is like, it's always money.
Yeah.
There's a comic book artist, Mark Brooks, real good cover artist. I don't know when the last time he did interiors was, but he posted the other day on Twitter that he's volunteering right here and now to draw a 48-page one-shot featuring Madison taking part in Marvel's biggest events over the last 10 years, always being in the background like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern in the Marvel universe.
Awesome.
I will jump in.
I would
on
buy
that
that
fundraiser. I will join that Kickstart. That would be great.
Just kind of scrolling through his a Google image search Mark Brooks covers, and he definitely likes drawing women, sexy women. So
he draws dudes too, but
okay. Google doesn't care about that.
Very good, sexy women too.
Yeah.
Google uses your algorithm, David.
That's true. Google knows what I want. There we go. I guess there's dudes in some of these montages. But...
It took you a little while to notice them, though.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, guys. I prefer artists to do their own stuff and not just covers.
Yeah, speaking of magicians, though, in this, went to a magic show on Friday because there's apparently a new magic show club thing going on in Waikiki now. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law were here.
Magic of Polynesia has competition?
Yeah, they closed during COVID. So one of the guys behind the scene guys from that opened this new spot, the Magical Mystery Show, something like that, in one of the Hiltons. And they had the world's top #1 close-up magician performing. This Japanese guy. So that was pretty cool. Tickets are like $100 a piece, so it's I don't know how long they're gonna last.
I was really interested up until you said $100 a piece.
Yeah. There's a combine at just kind of like 10%, I think. So.
Oh boy, $90 a piece.
Yeah. Well, it was fun. They have free magic classes every afternoon at 3:00. So you can
Oh.
do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds really cool.
Yeah. Make the trek down to Waikiki. Learn a couple of magic tricks.
If they send me to an alternate dimension, I'm not going to try that hard to get back. I mean, I think
Depends on the alternate dimension. There's like a piss demon or whatever's going on
Well, if you think that this is the darkest timeline,
there.
then
like
obviously
the-
all of the other ones would be better.
Yeah. And the magic show place in the show is called not the Gothic Castle, the Mystic Castle.
Mhm.
That just reminded me of I think my favorite joke from all of Arrested Development is that the magic place is called the Gothic Castle, and then the guy gets in the cab with the Cockney taxi driver and tells him to take him to the Gothic Castle. He takes him to the Gothic Castle. I'm trying to think how to do a Cockney accent. I can't even think of like such a word to get me into that. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. We were right on that. I don't know. You guys more Mr. Methane guys or Arrested Development guys?
Arrested Development, back when Scott Baio was still allowed to do regular TV. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. That's very funny. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on there. We need to do a Arrested Development show.
Yeah, I would love for you guys to pick out 4 highlight episodes to
Yeah.
watch.
Maybe it's the last season on that Netflix season because I don't think I finished it.
I mean,
I did not start that one.
Yeah.
My favorite episode, and Chad, cover your ears if you haven't watched any of it, is my favorite episode is the one where it's like a really not funny episode about the father trying to or sending the mascot costume and the kid putting that on and the other guy getting a jetpack, all while Japanese investors are coming. And it's like not a funny episode. And then in the last minute, it's a tiny little town, and then a guy in a mascot and a guy in a jetpack start fighting in it. And it's like they threw away the whole episode to build up to one stupid racist joke. And I was like, this show is genius. I can't like I can't even think that far ahead for a joke. And like I was sitting there being like, I can't believe this show is funny. It's like a really bad episode. Oh my god! Like,
Chad,
yeah.
just judging by your face, that something funny happened, and he's gone. Okay. Chad.
It's just crazy to me that like
Yeah, so I kicked Rory so you can come back on.
it's crazy to me that like the Office with Michael Scott and Arrested Development with Tobias Funke like took 2 characters doing the like dumbest fucking shit and made it work for that one. Like, I mean, that shit wouldn't work with any actor. Like that's what she said shit should be fucking tired after like the 3rd time you hear it, but it works every fucking time. And just the numerous Tobias lines that are like would be dumb if said with this anus tart and I blew myself. I mean, yeah, just how do you make the fact that it's like writers? Like, that's why writers they need to get more credit. It's like they knew they had the faith to. It's like, should we keep this going? Yeah, fucking keep it going. Like,
it's good. It's so good. Oh, it's definitely one of the funniest shows ever, right? Gotta be.
Yeah.
Top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can't think of a show that like because I both of those shows when I've gone back to rewatch, I've still found hilarious the second time I was sitting down and watching it, and like that's the I feel like that's how you know a comedy is actually well written, is when it's funny the second time you watch it.
Right.
Um,
You see the jokes coming.
So
Really good testament to that show is it's one of those shows where like I really had to go out of my way to make sure nothing would distract me if I was going to sit down to watch Arrested Development. Like I could half-ass watch The Office, and get some laughs, but Arrested Development is so fucking smart and you know, so many callbacks and layers. Like, yeah, that's actually a show I saw the pilot and loved it, and then I waited until I was like less busy in life to get into it because I was like, I know I'm gonna love this show, but come back when I'm less busy and like fucking dive in.
It makes me think about how like my dad is kind of the kind of person I think they make most sitcoms for. Where he comes home from work and he sits down in his chair and he turns on primetime TV and then immediately falls asleep. He just wakes up for like 45 seconds at a time and sees like one joke and laughs at it and then falls back asleep. That's what most sitcoms are made for.
It's like, Jim Belushi's in a mess again. I was gonna get onto this one.
Nah. Who knows? You won't find out because you'll be asleep by the end of the episode. It's fine. It won't matter for next week. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's how you know it's a horrible show. Is you can turn on any episode and you know exactly what's going to happen. Even if you've never seen it, you know the plot. You don't know what season it was from. It could be from season 2 or season 7, but
yeah, you can fall asleep for 10 minutes in the middle and then you'll still get it at the end. Yeah, anyway, it's fine.
I that reminds me of the documentary series I watched on the guy who had narcolepsy, and he liked sitcoms because he could fall asleep through them and still wake up and find out what was happening. So he wasn't like losing anything.
Right.
But apparently one of the things that makes people with narcolepsy fall asleep is a sudden burst of emotion, like laughter. And they cut to him watching like Seinfeld or something, right? And he's eating soup and just going, ha ha ha, flam. Waking up, looking at the TV, and something funny is still happening. So he laughs again and then just straight back into the soup. And his like caregiver is like laughing and just like pulling up his head every now and again if he doesn't like come up on his own. And like it was a documentary and I was like almost pissing myself. I was just like, why are you watching that while you're eating? Why are you eating soup? Why, like, why don't you have a crash guard? Like, there's so many questions, but Seinfeld has never been funnier than what I'm just watching right now, and I like Seinfeld. So,
yes, I want you guys to know if I do fall asleep during one of these streams, it's because you guys are so funny. Narcolepsy.
Do narcoleptics have wake-up parties? You know, like the opposite of slumber parties.
I get it now.
It's like they're just watching the narcoleptic wake-up parties are just like them watching According to Jim, so they don't fall asleep.
Yeah, because they just can't laugh. How does they try? Just cannot laugh. So, there's the online dating stuff in episode 4, right?
Oh yeah. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like references to stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, things that are going on in the real world.
Like I don't know, but some people hate that. I like it. It's like, hey, stars are like us.
Yeah, superheroes. They're just like us. They want it.
Yeah. Right.
And you know there's got to be a lot of single people now because this is post Snap. So like a lot of relationships ended and got weird. Like
a lot of people lose your partner. You think they're dead for 5 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever it is. You move on. Right. And what do you do? Gotta get on. Is it Matcher?
Yeah, Matcher.
Yeah.
Not only that, but you're worried that every guy you're gonna fuck might end up being a secret villain. You know, like
that's true.
it's post-traumatic,
Yeah, because
Well,
I
the
think
rest- The rest of the world doesn't know about the Skrulls yet, so they don't even know how likely that is.
True.
yeah. Did you guys see the trailer for that? For what's it? Secret
Now, I'm
Invasion?
still not watching any trailers
No.
until the show comes on. Like, I'll watch the trailer before I click the first episode, and that's the only time. Otherwise, I just get too excited.
And you'll fall asleep.
Yeah.
Chad, I think you're muted.
Yeah.
Cannot hear you. I might have to replug your headphones back in. No.
No. Oh, the hurt. You're on.
There we
How
go.
about
There you
now?
go. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Hey.
So the entire time I was laughing at you guys' funny jokes, you guys couldn't hear nothing.
I assume they were out laughing.
If they were that funny, maybe you'd be asleep, Chad. I never thought of that.
I'm only narcoleptic in my pants, not in my heart.
He's a little genius that falls asleep.
Yeah.
Especially during bouts of extreme emotion. In
It's
any
the
case,
opposite of the Hulks.
in any case, the Secret Invasion trailer is probably the best trailer that Marvel's ever done, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because it is one that gets you excited about what's going to happen, but it leaves you confused as to what exactly is happening.
Right.
Okay. Because that right there is actually why I stopped watching trailers, is because it was just like, oh,
It's going to tell you the whole story.
Right.
I know enough about the comics. I can't watch this and not be like, oh, they're doing that one. I get it.
Right. Yeah. So it definitely has the vibes of like those X-Files episodes of like Mulder sneaking around trying to uncover the conspiracy stuff. So yeah, it's good.
I know it's not great for marketing, but I think the trailer should just be like a black screen and like maybe like a burst of light, and it's just a voiceover that says it's a secret, assholes.
It's right in the name.
And that's it. You get nothing.
The whole show is
Yeah.
actually Sam Jackson trying to figure out the plot of the show.
he doesn't know yet.
The trailers have gotten really. I can just see like I'll be like scrolling on Twitter and I'll see just like a little clip of a trailer that I'm not even trying to watch, and I can tell just by those 2 seconds that it's gonna ruin the fucking thing. So I have to like quickly scroll past it.
Is it
Like-
a trailer or is it a trailer for a trailer?
Well, it's kind of a great. I don't know. Like sometimes when it shows up on Twitter, it's the actual trailer, but sometimes it is the trailer for the trailer, so it's hard to tell.
Because usually the
But even-
trailer for the trailer is good about not ruining anything in the movie, but it does ruin the trailer.
Right.
But even
Yeah,
for
that's
like Clerks 3, I'm not like super emotionally invested. Like, I mean, I do love that series, but like, I'm just, even though I know the trailer won't, it's gonna be hard to ruin it because I kind of already know. I mean, it's not like there's gonna be anything in that movie where you're like, I didn't see that coming, but
Spoiled. Yeah.
yeah, but it's just too much. It's like, you know, I don't know. It's just I couldn't even watch the trailer for that. It was just like too much. It's just they don't tell me don't tell a joke from the movie. Like I don't like when they show jokes from the movie. It's like it's not funny now.
Yeah.
Like one thing I've noticed, though, I'll give Judd Apatow credit. Judd Apatow does a lot of annoying things, but one thing he does that I like is he always includes one joke in the trailer that's not even in the movie. It's like doesn't even make sense. So it's like, hey, not only did he ruin a joke, he gave me a bonus one.
Yeah. You would never have known that joke existed.
Yeah.
I do like that about when the trailer isn't stuff from the movie, it's just giving you like it's commercials for it. Like that makes me happier when like I've seen a couple like that where they're like in universe talking about stuff, but that's not stuff from the movie. That I like those better.
Yeah.
So it gives me that teaser, but it doesn't. I don't ever see it again.
It'd be interesting if they started doing trailers like soundtracks, where it doesn't actually need to be parts of the movie. It can be from and inspired by the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah. Featuring
Or
crazy.
straight up lie to me. Like if it's like they're just doing everything and it's like it'll be like this, but these are completely different actors, completely
Yeah.
different everything. Like
That
we
that
showed
that
we showed
actually
that guy
sounds like
die.
that sounds like a good sketch troupe idea. Honestly, we're doing trailers inspired by movies, but they don't actually take place in the movie at all.
Yeah. We're even like doing the thing where you take the script for the scenes, right, and you just run it through Google Translate a few times, and then just do that. That's the trailer. With other actors.
I think
I'm
every
excited
trailer.
about Clerks 3 also. Sorry.
I think every trailer should be just that. Da, 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 doom, doom, with just shots from the movie, like. Because that's all you don't need any dialogue. I don't need to see the dialogue. I can just tell it from seeing the. Like, oh, I like that guy. Because like Knives Out was, I think the new Knives Out trailer was kind of similar to that, where it didn't really show you a lot. It showed you enough to be interested, but didn't give away anything. Then I saw another trailer that looked like Knives Out, but it was like a different movie, and I'm like, this actually was what I thought. What I thought Knives Out 2 would be more like, but now I had two movies to watch. By the way, are you free on Wednesday night, Chad?
Wednesday this week?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me get back to you about that.
Me and David are. Yeah, Rory, are you busy? Are you laughing? Clerks? Is that why you're...
No, just because like we're in a conversation with 4 people, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna invite one of you.
I wasn't
and not ask the other one about it.
I was like, hey, Chad. No. The only reason I said Chad by name is because he said he really likes Clerks, or he wants to see Clerks 3. Rory is very suspiciously quiet about the whole thing, and
it's true. I've never seen him.
We actually think that Rory hates Kevin Smith on a personal level, a deep and personal level.
Actually, I just already have plans on Wednesday. Okay. Which theater are you guys going to? Because I'll go to a different one.
Which one are you going to? So we definitely don't go to that one.
I guess I'll drive out to Capital A or something.
Damn it, we gotta go somewhere else, David.
we're gonna fly to Keystone Highway and do it.
Oh, the more the merrier.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
talk offline about it.
We're going to Windward Mall. If you want to be there, Windward Mall, Wednesday, 7 p.m. You're all invited. Crush Tour, if you can make it.
Yeah. You guys, anybody watching, just show up to Windward Mall. Wednesday night. Just meet us in person.
Don't
stab whoever you want to stab. Just go for
it. Don't sit by us. But.
Yeah, you can stab us outside the theater if you want, but don't sit by us in the theater.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, there's 3. I think what else happened in this episode. Is that something else on? Dating app stuff.
The magic stuff, the dating app stuff, Madison.
That's right.
Breakout character of 2022.
She was fun. I'm not gonna lie. That was a fun character. And that's the thing is like I think the thing that I like about this show is that I feel like it's just fun, but it's still giving you like hints of what else is going on in the universe. So it's like that a perfect mixture of like, oh, this still matters, but I don't have to like be worried that like, are they gonna kill somebody? Is it like it's just nice.
Yeah, nothing that happens in the show probably is going to matter when we get to the next movie that we have to know.
Well, and that's the thing is it's not that it's not going to matter. It's just I feel like it's not. It's not the reason for this show is not because it's important. The reason for the show is because they wanted to do it, which makes me like it more.
Right. I'm saying like you don't have to watch this to understand what's happening in the next movie.
Yeah. Like I know this is gonna sound weird, but like I feel like watching this show is kind of like watching like women's sports in general, where it's like I know that like the world media is paying attention to it for one reason, but like I'm watching this and I'm like, man, these guys are they're really selling their characters, they're writing well, like it's landing, like they're doing this because they enjoy the sport of making She-Hulk, not because they're trying
For
to land.
love of the game.
Exactly.
For the love of
So
the
it's like
game.
I enjoy watching it more because it's like, oh, these guys they're not thinking about their career averages the same way as like the Yankees are, where it's like, oh, they just paid for all of the greatest players of all time. Like I don't know if that makes sense, but
I'm an underdog.
It totally does. It definitely has that. Yeah. And I think it's fair to say that She-Hulk got game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she would be great at basketball. She's 6'8".
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she
definitely.
jumped real high.
Yeah.
I do like that. It kind of, I mean, it's very easy to watch. It's a very light, compared to some of the just end of the world, a lot of end of the world, and it's nice to have to say.
Yeah.
We're just living here. We're just doing stuff.
well, and it's also nice to not have a hero that's all like angsty about everything. Like
Regular Hulk.
Yeah, like I like angsty heroes, but like it's nice to have a counterpoint to that of just being like, I don't even really want a hero. I just want to be a lawyer and stuff.
Yeah. She doesn't have to worry about turning into the Hulk. She hulks out sometimes. Like half the time she's She-Hulk, it's not even like nothing triggered it. She just happens to be She-Hulk in that scene.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping Hulk can be. I'm just hoping regular Hulk can start being straight up with his feelings and not.
Yeah.
Well, like
working his way there.
On a serious note, like I think all comic book fans do love it when you see the superheroes that are like enjoying their powers. Like when like every time Spider-Man is like swinging through downtown and it's just like, I just saved so much money on bus fare and it didn't take half the time. This is great. Versus like, that is exactly what real life people would be like with superpowers. It's just like, oh, I can fly, like fuck traffic. And just like when she's like, oh no, I'm getting mugged. Wait.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about this.
They reckon who grabbed her from behind. She's like, oh no, I'm just trying to struggle. And they say, oh wait, hold on. And turn into She-Hulk.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
But so yeah, I'm really enjoying the show, and also I really like the actress. I don't think I'm saying her name right, but it's Titania Mosley, something, whatever.
Tatiana.
Maslany. Yeah.
Maslany. Okay.
Is that how it's pronounced?
I think it's Maslany, maybe.
I have no idea how it's pronounced either.
I've only seen it in credits and in writing. But I do want to give a lot of credits. There's like one moment where she like hulked out and then like afterwards like looked down at her shoes that got destroyed.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is the one part of your outfit that has to fit. And like adding that in as an actor, just being like, fuck, I have to buy new shoes. Like that was great.
Yeah. Also, yeah, we would talk about that.
She kind of resembles like she could definitely if you found out she was maybe from Arrested Development's cousin, you wouldn't be shocked. Or her older sister.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I actually saw like early on I saw like a clip from something and I thought it was her for a second. Alia Shawkat or whatever her name is.
Very similar hair.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that she had very curly hair as Jennifer Walters, but when she She-Hulk, very much straighter, like wavier hair.
Yeah.
Interesting. But the whole shoe destroying thing, like we've talked about how people get a little sexually activated by the whole giant, beautiful green woman thing, and then Also, getting to see her bare feet a lot. I'm sure that's.
Did Tarantino direct this, or
Yeah.
or was it Dan Schneider from Nickelodeon that got his hands on those feet?
I didn't really want to get into this on.
It's gonna happen.
There's certain things that I feel really uncomfortable as a human making fun of. Not because like I respect it, but because I don't want to know where my humor will go once I like
Right.
really look at it. And, foot fetishes are one of them.
Yeah.
No, it's like anytime that you're watching some kind of weird porn, you're just like, oh my god, is this my thing now?
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
want this to be my thing. I hope this isn't my thing.
I don't want this to be in my material bag. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a funny person's material is kind of like their search history, where like they bust out a joke and you're like, oh, you thought about that though.
Yeah.
Like there was a time where you were sitting there being like, masturbating to Hulk feet. What's that like?
Yeah.
And I don't want to pull that out at the wrong time. I don't want somebody coming up to me and being like, you too, right?
That's what you
I
said.
got a website for you.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, that's what She-Hulk said.
That's a t-shirt.
But yeah, Rory, thanks for getting in my brain. Don't think every time I'm writing a joke like that is anything like that. I'm like, what are they gonna fucking? They're gonna think like I'm out there.
That's why I made other plans for Wednesday, Sparkles.
Ah. I don't know.
Sometimes it is idle speculation, though. Like,
yeah.
Just seeing what clown porn looks like. You're not like getting heavily involved into the scene or anything.
Right.
It's just something where you're like, well, what would this look like?
I've got a couple of videos of me fluffed out, Chad, if you want to know.
I'll tell you in my opinion, the dumbest thing about any kind of shaming when it comes to that, for sure, is that, especially if you're a younger person, half the shit you thought was freaky when you were like in your teens becomes part of your repertoire when you're in your 40s. You know, it's like by the time you're in your 40s, you're like doing all this shit that you used to think was dumb. So it's like it's just. And the other thing too is like it sometimes it even depends. Like sometimes you could just meet someone and then it's like you would notice the difference between a horrible foot and a not horrible foot. So if somebody has like the hottest foot you've ever seen, now I'm a foot fetishist. Oh my god, like I like her feet. So,
but only her feet.
Yeah, I'm not crazy. I jerk off to her feet, but not just random feet on the internet. Come on.
No, but like, yeah, that doesn't mean you have a foot fetish if you jerk off to the sexiest feet in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not bookmarking that foot Wikipedia or anything.
They call it a foot fetish, not a feet fetish. This shit's exclusive.
True that.
Only one foot.
Now that's a thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to go into the foot fetish too much, but if you want to talk about some amputee thing, I've got websites.
No. Just that one person is good enough for me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's people that only like toes, you know, like not the rest of the foot, but the toes.
So not amputee, amputated. I get it. I get you. I got websites for that
Stick in a bag.
Like the problem I've always had with feet is that they're connected to a person.
I love feet, hate people.
Now that's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That would be a good t-shirt, actually.
Before we wrap up for tonight, I want to do a little bit of where would the Stan Lee cameo be in these episodes?
Take out the Wong and Madison post-credit scene in episode 4.
Right.
Replace that with Stan Lee in She-Hulk's office shaking his ass.
You have permission to go like that.
That would be decent. I think if I was going with episode 3, Megan Thee Stallion would have been slapping the shit out of Stanley in the video. Like that would have been the fight.
Yeah.
And I think the easy one in episode 4 would be as the in the magician's audience, or
yeah.
even as the assistant.
Right. Yeah. Where that old guy was, just had that be Stanley.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see him on the dating app.
That's what I would want, but the easy one would be or a him trying to file a lawsuit against the Hulk for contaminating him with his blood, because he got gamma powers for a day by drinking a soda that one time.
That's right, he did. That weird Brazilian soda with Hulk blood in it. So I tried to go to Crayon. And t-shirt made that says, "Hate people, love feet." It doesn't do well with text, so it's just odd, crazy nightmare.
I want the top corner one. Where it doesn't even have all of the toes.
You took the video away a little too fast there, David. I was getting close.
So this top.
No, the other side. Where it's
a bunch of big toes. I like that the tattoos going on.
That's right. Yeah. Feet are real big in the hardcore punk scene. So.
Yes, t-shirt models just love forearm tattoos.
Yeah.
That one you can't even tell their feet. It's very abstract. One last thing we didn't talk about is at the end, the for next week.
Wait, I want to say my stand.
Oh yeah,
I want to say my stand. I thought something you just said made me think that it would be funny if it's like they're coming into the current case and you see like Stanley being dragged out and he's like, "No, they keep putting me in their movies. I swear." They're like, "Get out of here, you crazy old man." But I was actually something similar to what Rory was talking about. But I was thinking it would have been funny if Stanley was alive. He would have made the Megan sound right before she made it. That her famous, what is this thing she does? Like the yeet, or doesn't she just make a noise? Megan Thee Stallion.
I don't know what kind of noises she makes.
We stopped listening to music in
all right.
2006.
You guys were able to name multiple members of the Wu-Tang Clan, but you can't figure out what Megan Thee Stallion says. That's how we know how old we are.
Yeah.
She did it on the show, and I can't even remember. That's the sad part. She did it like on that show.
It's because you had a strong emotional reaction and passed out.
I was looking for her feet. No, she makes she has a signature like a yeah or something. And
all right, let me try and Google this.
You can just look up the scene from that show and play it, and you'll.
No, I would much rather Google what is Megan Thee Stallion's signature noise.
Well, I can tell you all about that, Chad, but it's not what she is famous for. Yeah. It's her saying "Go away."
In addition to Hot Girl and Hot Girl Summer, Megan Thee Stallion is known for her signature ad-lib, which involves sticking her tongue out and creating a creaky, audible ah or bleh sound.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she did like she did it in the show. She was like ah or yeah.
Yeah.
But the funny is she was about to do that and then Stan stole it from her. I thought that was
yeah, loves to see Stanley.
Then she's just like, "Oh, brother." That it just straight up.
The last thing I want to talk about is the end of the episode when we find out that She-Hulk, she's getting sued. She got served. She's getting sued by
Titania.
Titania, not Tatiana. Which I'm sure. Did she get confused? I think reading the script. Is that my? Oh no, that's not me. I feel like I would do that constantly.
I agree with that because David once lived with me and another David.
Yeah.
And somebody knocked on the door asking if David was home, and he was like, "No,
that's me. I'm here.
Me.
Yeah.
You got the wrong place." So
he goes, "Oh, he's the tall Howley guy." I'm like, "No, that's not me. I'm not a tall Howley guy." See you later.
And then Bruce McCullough made a song about you guys.
Yeah.
Days I Know.
Man, it's just the two of us.
These are the days I know. David Buckler, he's the tall white guy. The other guys, you see you later.
It was a very good song.
I don't think the lawsuit can really go forward though, because in order to say that she infringed on a trademark, she would have to be making money as the She-Hulk. So I don't think that this case is going to go far,
Right.
and I think that might cause some drama so
Yeah.
that they're not friends anymore.
Right. I don't think they were friends in the first place. They only know each other from that one fight. But we'll see. But yeah, I mean, because she's not using She-Hulk. Everyone's just calling her She-Hulk, so you can't copyright the name like Octomom to be relevant and timely. That was the thing that she wasn't calling herself the Octomom. Everyone else was calling her that. I think. I don't know.
I call her Shulk. That's cut out the extra.
That's weird. She's Octomom.
I don't get it.
Wait, so she has 8 moms? That's crazy. How does
No.
that even work?
No, it's an octopus who had children.
Oh,
Yeah.
duh.
Like you know how Dr. Octopus is the doctor who's an octopus?
Yeah.
That's like what Octomom's like.
And
So there's
she's,
a lot
you know,
of moms out there.
her husband's a doctor, but not Dr. Octopus.
Right.
Mhm.
He didn't take it.
Mm.
Also, has there
Learn
been any
something.
Spider-Man porn parody movies made?
It has to be. It has to
Oh,
be.
yeah, they're.
Do,
I mean,
do they
there
have
was a-
the Dr. Coctopus?
I'm gonna
all that was. 'Cause I remember one year, like, Showtime. I'm sure they show it every year, but Showtime or Cinemax was showing the AVN awards, and like every movie that year was a fucking parody of Batman, Superman, like fucking everything. Marvel, DC.
I feel like that's the tagline to the rest of the Superman parody. It's just Superman fucking everything.
Yeah.
The title of the porn.
Yeah, I got
Super-
I googled Dr. Coctopus, and there's a
Right.
Urban
What's that?
Dictionary entry, but it's the user's name is Dr. Coctopus. It does not the term
Boo.
Octopus.
Boo earns.
Yeah, who earns?
I mean, didn't the James Bond already ruin it by having an octopusy like in one of their movies? Like, didn't they ruin? Like the porn people were like, "Come on, we could have had an octopusy."
She did have 8 pussies, right? That was relevant.
Yes, yeah, of course. What do you think, man? Come on.
Well, I wasn't sure if she had 8 vaginas or if it was just octagonal shaped.
Like a stop, not the hex.
I'm really interested in one of those.
No, stop sign is octagon.
Oh, okay. Maybe she calls it the octagon because like the UFC thing.
I don't know if you meant one of those. Oh, wait, fall asleep, Chad. Fall asleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. I don't know if Rory meant he really liked one of those ideas, or he only liked one of the 8 pussies. It's like one of those 8 pussies was nice, but the other. Yeah.
You gotta have a favorite.
Do you have one? That's if your woman had 8 vaginas, would you have a favorite? You think?
Yeah,
Of this,
I think you try them all out and you'd be like, there'd be one that you prefer. Yeah,
There's got to be one that's your favorite, but you don't tell her that.
yeah.
You
No,
say
this
you
one's
love
great.
all of them equally.
Yeah, like your children.
Because there's one that you hate, but you might actually do more stuff with that one just to make her
Right.
the one
Kinda
that's your
cover up
least
the-
favorite. Yeah, you're like overcompensating. You end up. Oh no, this is the one, baby.
Yeah. No, I'm not grossed out by this one in particular at all.
I am so glad we stopped talking about feet.
Imagine a girl with 8 feet, though. Oh shit!
Yeah. Spider Woman. She has 8 feet, right?
I thought that's Octomom.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's got 8 of everything.
Octomom, if she plays her cards right, she can get all of it.
Yeah.
All 8.
Yeah.
One other thing that I had on my notes that
Yeah.
I didn't mention because we're so busy furiously tangenting as hard as we could. Um, there there are people that are trying to take the Madison character super seriously,
Oh yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, this is the way that they're going to introduce Mephisto to the Marvel Cinematic
No.
Universe," because they've been calling for it since WandaVision. They're like, "Oh, this is going to be the show that Mephisto appears." And like they're still calling for it. It's like pointing at the stands every single at bat that you
Yeah.
have and striking out every single time. But they're like, oh, she made a deal with the devil, so this is their way of introducing Mephisto. It's like,
Yeah, it's got it.
one, it's probably just a joke that doesn't mean anything. Two,
They
she
want you to think.
mentions very specifically that she had to give droplets of blood, which
Yeah.
is how they formed the bloodstone, which is how magic escaped from limbo, or how magic got her powers in limbo. So they're not introducing Mephisto, they're introducing Belasco, a completely different devil analog character from the Marvel universe.
Oh, what's Velasco's deal? I never heard of Velasco.
Uh,
I just gotta. I want a round of applause for Chad for being
Yeah.
like, no, angry internet guys, you're dumb. Here's the real thing that they're doing.
and I just went even more obscure than they were.
He's Mephisto. I think a lot of people are Mephisto. Yeah.
You're like a
You
wrestling heel.
hmm
Chad's like a wrestling. Half the crowd hates him because he's the bad guy, and all the guys in your internet are like, "You love me!" Like carrying him out on her shoulders.
Then I have to find a way to make the internet hate me. So I say,
Yeah.
She-Hulk, what a wonderful television show.
So I'll watch it. Next week, watch episode 5. But that's going to be
Is this the episode where Daredevil shows up? Since we have a show that's full of not angst.
Yeah. It's about time for that. Did you guys watch the Daredevil show? I never did.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah, that's like I will make us watch it on this show just so you have to watch it because it is great. And I speaking of just great actors, the Punisher that they had on the Netflix one. I never really cared for the Punisher. I thought he was always just kind of a crybaby. But that guy played the Punisher so well that I was like, oh, I've got like warm and tender feelings for the MCU Punisher.
That's when you
Like-
got the big Punisher skull tattoo on your chest,
It's not on my chest.
right?
That was just a really close up picture.
The hair's threw me off.
Is this like the late 2000 or the 2017
The
Punisher?
Netflix one?
The Netflix one, yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same guy that plays Volstagg in the Thor movies.
No.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite Punisher movie. It's John Barenthal, right, from Walking Dead. Sparkles is he's frozen in time. Just he can't even compute.
There was so
He's
much
just thinking
emotion
about
this computer had.
where that skull tattoo is.
Yeah. So if you guys
It's not his feet either. Oh, he came back, but he's still frozen.
Yeah, I turned him off and turned him back on, and that didn't seem to work. And that's all everything I know about repairs.
Reboot Sparkles. Reboot Sparkles. But yeah, John Barenthal is great as Punisher, and like I've always been fond of the Punisher character, but I can totally understand where people are just like, he's just sad Batman with guns. Sad, poor Batman.
Yeah, living in a sewer.
Like a
Oh,
Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, and that's. I think my reasoning behind it though was like the first time I actually read the Punisher, or
Please
heard
say
of the
it was Archie
Punisher.
versus Punisher. Please say it was Archie versus Punisher.
It was an Archie versus Punisher.
Yes.
I did not know that. No, it was like a 3-part Spider-Man story crossover with the Punisher, where they were fighting a no-name villain who was making drugs that gave people and him superpowers.
Hmm.
And throughout the whole thing, the Punisher's trying to shoot the guy, and
Message.
Spider-Man is Spider-Man is just trying to keep the Punisher from killing the supervillain. And every time they have, or the Punisher's talk, he's like, it'd be easy for me not to kill villains if I had the ability to bend steel bars in my hands, but I don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, just every time, it's like, if I had superpowers.
Archie meets the Punisher, so they don't fight.
Yeah,
Probably?
it's not like Archie versus Predator, where they do all die.
That's awesome.
Well, now
But the
I want to
Predator,
read that.
if the Predator's hunting them, that means that they are dangerous foes. Some of the most dangerous prey, right?
So was it John Bernthal that was the Punisher you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's a really good actor. That guy.
And just MCU in general. I don't think they've hired anybody that's been like a truly bad actor throughout the whole thing. Like even the kids in the Ms. Marvel, and I only say even them because they're young, so they should be worse, but they're not. They're really good.
Yeah.
I liked all of them.
Yeah.
Even Bruno.
Yeah, I liked him better in the TV show than I did in the comic. Like, I found him more believable. So,
When you started talking about the Punisher and Spider-Man crossing over, I thought you were going to start talking about Round Robin, the Sidekick's Revenge.
no, I don't think I know that one.
That's I want to say it was a 6-part crossover, where it was just crossing over in between all the Spider-Man titles, I believe, and it had Spider-Man teaming up with the Punisher, Night Thrasher, Nova, Darkhawk, and Moon Knight.
Night Thrasher is a skateboarding superhero?
Yes, Night
Oh,
Thrasher
that's-
is Black Batman as a teenager with a skateboard
That's awesome.
because he's rich, no powers. I say he's Black Batman because it's good shorthand, but he also uses guns because he keeps an Uzi tucked underneath his skateboard. Makes it real hard to grind with it, though.
Oh, yeah, that would be hard. So, no more tangent. The PlayStation Plus free game, like last month or whatever, was the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater remake. So I've been playing that.
Mhm.
Wait, is Night Thrasher a character in the Tony Hawk remake?
No, just that. I
Oh
don't think
man,
so.
that would be so awesome.
Wait,
Because they
David,
used to have like Spider-Man and stuff back in the
yeah,
day.
that was my favorite. Like I started playing that. My friend brought it over, and I had the memory card, so I got to play as Spider-Man first.
Oh
and
yeah,
all
that's
I was
right.
doing was whatever Spider can over and over and over again. That was my favorite.
Is that the one where he webs the board and like
Yeah,
pulls it all around himself?
Yeah, I think yeah, that's right. I totally forgot all about this. And
I downloaded that game. I haven't played it yet, so.
Yeah.
They should have the David Spade character from Police Academy as a playable character.
Forgot all about that too. Maybe Spider-Man and does whatever a Spider-Man. This way, that way. Does whatever a Spider. But anyways,
Nice.
yeah. Max Pro Skater, Spider-Man, Thrasher. Yeah. Oh, I would want to say that this is the format of the show. I think Sparkles, you remember this from last month. It's called This Sucks, Change It. We're going to keep watching She-Hulk until somebody says This Sucks, Change It, and we'll watch something else. But so you guys know, the show will be over at like mid-October. So if we do continue to watch it through October, we'll have to figure out something else to do in a couple weeks in October.
Does Disney
What's up?
does Disney do all the bingeable like all at once?
No, they're one. No.
They do a weekly schedule. The only stuff that they drop all at once is shorts.
I dropped my shorts all at once, and that's why I got kicked out of the library.
It must be a good model though, because isn't Netflix gonna switch to that soon?
Probably.
Netflix
I heard
does
they
that
announced-
on some things. Some things they do all at once, and some they do one a bit at a time.
Supposedly,
think-
in
I
the
think-
future, they were saying that they're going to move to weekly drops,
Yeah.
like how other streamers are.
Yeah, 'cause at least if you can get it to span 2 months, then you can keep people from just getting on and watching it and then canceling.
Well, the
Or
thing
they
is,
wait
if you're
till 2 months and then they do it. So
exactly, that's what I was going to say. It's like if you're too busy to like watch it week by week, you can just binge it when you want to anyway. All you have to do is wait a little longer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still binging shows that came out like 4 years ago, so it's like, it's
they're
time.
beating Wong. So that's
Yeah.
all that matters.
So
If that's Wong, then I don't want to be
White?
white. Yeah, sure.
yeah, nobody wants. Yeah,
Don't.
that's no effects song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Progress,
Sparkles, do you have
baby.
anything? Yeah. You want to plug before we say goodnight? You're signing autographs Wednesday night. At
Yeah.
Mall, right before the movie.
Exactly. I look if you want to remember what Kevin Smith looked like before he had a heart attack and cleaned up his life, come see me. Silent Bob, the way you remember him. I'll be wearing a trench coat, so I won't tell you what's underneath.
Yeah.
I would like
But
to
after he
plug,
opens it up, you will ask, where does he get all these wonderful toys?
I do want to plug, first of all, my butt, of course.
Yeah.
Number two. I said my butt, and then I said number two. Wow, I'm 12.
You're a comedian.
Yeah.
I'm performing. I'm performing comedy soon. Friday.
And he's good at it.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't seen me in a while, Chad. So I might.
Oh, did you get worse?
I think so.
As I
Yeah,
recall, you were
yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah. If Sparkles got worse, he's still better than most. So you should go see him.
You guys. Actually, Rory's the one that's seen me perform the most recent of all you guys. But I was doing an improv,
Yeah.
which is very, very difficult. Friday, at Honolulu. Wednesday, next. I don't remember. Just follow me on Instagram at Wu-Tang Comedy. I'll
Yeah,
post
Wu-Tang
pictures of
Comedy.
my shows, and you'll see them. I'm doing a roast at the end of the month. I'm roasting Joel Kopp, which should be fun because he's a good friend of mine, which means I get to say Asian. I get to say bad things about because you're my friend. And
So it's okay.
no,
Why did you
but
look over your shoulder before you said bad things about Asians?
somebody opened
Were you worried that there was one standing behind you because we moved so silently?
The ninja in that window, we could tell.
Anyway, but yeah, I'm doing that, and I'm doing a few select dates here and there. Yeah, come see me. When I was on my, this is just like a fun thing that happened the other day. My favorite podcast, Never Not Funny. Sometimes they let people call in, and I finally got in after like hundreds of times trying, and got to talk to my.
Hey.
Yeah, I got to talk to my favorite podcasters for a few minutes. So I'll be posting that whenever that airs. I'll be posting a clip of it on Instagram probably.
Yeah, everybody check that out. Check out. I'm gonna finish painting my mural one of these days. This weekend probably. So I've been streaming that and also streaming a small movie down in the corner just to give everyone something to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week we're gonna be talking episode 5, whatever that's called. And yeah. See you all then. We're going to
all right.
ride out on Mr. Methane's show. His appearance on Britain's Got Talent many years ago. 13 years ago. 2009.
Jeez.
Hi, and you are?
Mr. Methane. I am a performing flatulist. And,
Just do it.
okay, certainly. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put the art into fart. First of all, I just have to adopt the farting position. Okay.
By the way, he's on YouTube and still making videos.
You pick.
It's like I think $30 or something. He'll do a custom video for you. And also, he's got a fart in a jar. He'll send you one of his farts in a jar. Sometimes my wife wonders what I'm doing. And I can't explain to her why it's like, you love it or you don't. He does do videos where he puts baby powder on his breast. You can see clouds of baby powder.
Oh, it's nice that you're into things, but you're not into them.
Yeah. It's just, it's funny. That's all. I don't actually want to be around. But anyways, good night, everybody.
Night.